a bit nervous around this.
It's good. Have fun.
Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's power-packed session with the two renowned personalities, Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, sir, and Mr. C.K. Kumaravel, sir. Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, sir, the Chairman and Managing Director of Kevin Care, and C.K. Kumaravel, sir. I'm really sorry, I'm really nervous.
No problem. Keep it cool.
Be relaxed.
Tamil பேசுங்க. Easy.
Mr. C.K. Kumaravel, sir, co-founder and CEO of Naturals. This session, in partnership with our esteemed knowledge partner, Business Standard, promises to be insightful and inspiring. To begin our session, I would like to invite Mr. Julian Martin, sir, Head of Placement and Administration, to introduce our distinguished guests.
நல்லா தான் பேசுனீங்க, ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. Keep it. Not at all. It's okay. நாங்கள் இப்படி தான் தடுமாறோம். It happens.
A very warm welcome to you all as we have gathered for the session. Elevate your business acumen here. Hear from business visionaries. With two great business visionary brothers, Mr. C.K. Ranganathan sir and Mr. C.K. Kumaravel sir, in conversation with our director, Dr. David Jawad sir. Let me introduce C.K. Ranganathan sir. Sir, born in Kadalur, Tamil Nadu, comes from a family with a strong emphasis on education. He earned his bachelor's degree in chemistry and after some experience in his family business, founded Chick India, later rebranded as Kevin Care Private Limited in 1998. Under his guidance, Kevin Care has evolved into a leading FMCG company with an extensive range that includes personal care, dairy, beverages, professional care, food products, snacks, salon chains, and animal hospital. C.K. Ranganathan sir has held a prestigious leadership roles, including President TIE Chennai Chapter, Chairman of CII Southern Region, and President of both All India Management Association and the Madras Management Association. He is also the co-founder of Ability Foundation and NGO Works for the Disabled. He established Kevin Care Ability Awards to recognize individuals overcoming physical challenges and the Chinni Krishnan Innovation Awards to encourage small enterprises, honoring his father's legacy, who pioneered the sachet revolution. Let me introduce C.K. Kumaravel sir. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their own dreams. Sir and his Mrs. K. Veena started the Natural Salon in the year 2000 with the simple belief of getting Veena ma'am self-employed and making ₹60,000 a month. But when they saw a bigger opportunity around 2005, they started franchising the business, and the rest they call it as history. Today, Naturals is the #1 salon chain of India with 700 plus salons, 500 plus financially independent women entrepreneurs, and 15,000 direct jobs. The couple now pursues an ambitious dream of making Naturals as the #1 salon chain of the world by 31st December 2029. This event would not have been possible without our knowledge partner, Business Standard, and special thanks to Mr. Jairam S., DGM Business Standards, without whom this event would not have been possible. Now I hand over the session to our director, David Jawad sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. So I want my brother to present our father's book to you.
Oh, wonderful. I'm honored, sir.
Yeah, one book to Jairam.
Vanu, sir. Please come.
Thank you.
It's our turn to give you a book, sir. This is a legacy of the
MCC.
Madras Christian College, sir. think we should dive into the deep end of the pool now. I'm sure the audience here will join me. We have a million questions that we would like to ask these brothers. First, at the outset, let me thank them. You cannot imagine the sort of schedules that they maintain. And Sir is on his way to catching a plane, and we managed to smuggle him here for a few minutes. But we are acutely aware that the time is very short, and so we'll make the best use of it. Now, what makes this special is not, there are several things that makes this day special. One, having two entrepreneurs and two brothers as entrepreneurs, and not just for their innovative ideas and creativity that flows seamlessly from them, but the audacity to take on giants. And what most people would fear is a daily challenge for them. So such is the character of these two great individuals who join us here. So we have a sort of a plan on what should we ask them. So when we curated a set of questions, we wanted to make sure we understood what developed them, what made them tick, and what were the various inputs from various sources. So some of the questions that we are about to pose to them is along those lines. So let me start with the first one, sir, to both of you, sir. One entrepreneur in one family is by itself a rarity in a typical South Indian, family. But we find two of you emerging and two of you doing extremely well. The family must have had some input, a major input in how you develop. Could you kindly tell us what is it that your family actually gave to you? The courage, the ideas, and so on.
Oh, first of all, I would like to, hi, what's your name? You. You're very good. One of my favorite thing is anything worth doing is worth doing badly in the beginning. I think there is nothing, what you have done is the first step of what you have done. My hearty congratulations to you. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful opportunity. Great, institution. And to chat with my brother is an absolute privilege. Thank you for giving Jairam. It's not two brothers, two entrepreneurs. Actually, it is 6 entrepreneurs, I should say. My father told that we should be, when much before what Abdul Kalam vocalized, India doesn't require job seekers, India requires job providers. My father told all 6 of you should be job providers. All 6 of us has never written a CV, never attended any interview, never worked anywhere. So that's the legacy of the seed what our father told. Looking back, it looks like a joke. It happened in all 6 of our life. We never attended any interview. We never written a CV, never worked anywhere. That's the 6 children, 4 brothers and 2 daughters, and that's the way in which we have been brought. The seed was sown by the father. He told we should be job providers, we should not be job seekers. I think that is where it all started. I think we should be thankful for that seed sown much before that, I think.
I think I agree with him. There's nothing more to add to this.
So I'll direct this question to you, sir. So you decide, all 6 of you decided to become entrepreneurs. But there must have been a time point at which you decided that you wanted to become an entrepreneur and do this particular, task or this particular venture. How and when did this happen, sir? Could you explain? We are all very curious about the process.
I think my elder brother was a doctor, turned into a businessman, entrepreneur, Dr. Rajkumar. The next one was a lawyer. He also turned into an entrepreneur after our father's demise. Third was my sister is a gynecologist. She and her husband are independently have built a hospital and managing it. So 4th I was the thing, 5th is my sister, and 6th last is Kumarvel. So that's how it is. So when it came to me, I was, first 3 were reasonably studious in studies. I think I would say the next 3 was not that much. So I was leading that pack with that kind of this thing. I was throughout I studied up to schooling in Tamil medium. So my father first thought this guy is not picking pace. In fact, I failed in 4th standard. All these things are a kind of this thing past. And they said, okay, you first, he said, okay, agriculture. He was putting me in agriculture as elective. So I thought, okay, let me manage. There was a 10-acre land, we were in a kind of this thing, living in that, this agriculture land. So we were, I thought, let me show interest and so on. And my father quit teacher's profession and started teaching. They started his own business. That is when the sachet revolution, all these things happened. So after that, he said, okay, you are kind of this thing will come into business. So he put me into chemistry. So because he wanted a chemist in the business, every time that was licensed in the pharma industry, require a chemist endorsement as a this thing. So that's how I joined chemistry as a this thing. It was difficult initially, but I think somehow I managed to kind of this thing escape through with 28 arrears eventually. Then after a couple of years, I cleared it all. That's a big miracle. So that was the past. If you look at, I couldn't even talk one sentence in English. A lot of words I didn't even understand at that time. But those are all past. But when I came into, my father died when I was in 2nd year of college due to heart attack. Then the family decided to close the business. So whatever he was running, he created sachets, a lot of pharma products and so on. But he was the first one to have credited with a man who saw the dream. His vision was very simple. Whatever a rich man enjoys, a common man should afford to. So because those days shampoo, hair oil, all in big bottles, only I think those affordable class only can buy bottles. So he brought it back. Otherwise we were all using shampoo, the soap for our hair wash. That's how it, I think you all trace back to your ancestors. 100% it was a real fact that all were using soaps. So that I think changed completely. I think he introduced this at a very affordable price and went to unconventional outlets. The rest is history. After his demise, the family decided to close the business, but he took a loan of 2 lakhs from State Bank of India. The family didn't have money to pay that. Banker said, no problem, you close down the business, but you have to pay this, otherwise we'll auction your house. So that was the only thing the family was left with. Then my elder brother, Dr. Rajkumar and Ashok Kumar, they jumped in. They said, okay, he was practicing, just picking up very nicely. He said, no, I think let's uphold the kind of family image. So he jumped into along with this, my immediate elder brother. Both took the reins of the family business. Rest is history. They did fabulous job in propagating and building the brand. So that I think later I joined the family business after my this thing degree. I was there with a lot of things. The few months I was learning, and after that I think okay, sometime I decided okay, it's fine, better let me start something on my own, because my ideas, because each one is fiercely independent. Even Kumarvel is independent. We are all, I think we can't survive with each other. That's the reality. We couldn't work together. Reality is that. So we said, okay, fine, we'll start something on. I said, okay, let me get out of the family and start something on my own. I think rest is history. That is how it is. So it is actually, I think, we all wanted to do together. We asked him also, we all wanted to, we tried. But somehow it didn't work. So each one has, because one way of doing, my way of doing things, in fact, he and me, we have worked together. But he differed because he has different idea of marketing. I had different idea. But I think he went out, experimented, succeeded very well. So that's a very important thing. I think each one has idea, but there is no one formula for success. That's the only thing that what we learned. Everybody is successful, but everybody has a different thinking. But each one need to experiment on their own. So there is a saying in Tamil, எலி வலையா இருந்தாலும் தனி வலை வேண்டும். அதை நாங்கள் எல்லாரும் நல்லா practice பண்ணோம். So that's it, Father.
Thank you, sir. I mean, the story is truly inspiring. Against such adversities, you make it sound so easy. Losing a father, losing a business, a house for auction, and still making it to the top is a story of great courage and character. Now, the next question is for both of you. because I know you're fiercely independent, as you stated, and you have had your own ventures all clearly marked out. What sort of specific or special challenges did you face when you tried to take off this new venture of yours? We'll start with you, sir.
No, I think in the beginning, all entrepreneurs face is to identify what to do. Irritation is the biggest source of energy. If you are irritated about something, look them over very carefully. There lies an opportunity. We were irritated about a lack of a good quality affordable salon. In the early 2000s, good salons were available only in 5-star hotels, which were unaffordable and intimidating. On the other end, we had the local beauty parlors and barber shops whose hygiene standards, quality standards, and quality of the people were very poor, to say the least. We thought there was a need for a good quality affordable salon. The first challenge every entrepreneur faces is to identify what to do. If you had identified what to do, that's half success. The next one is skill. We all talk about where is the skill. One of my favorite anecdote is I walked into America a few years before to the San Francisco airport. I was carrying 2 big suitcases. And my friend came to pick me up and put the one suitcase in the boot. Another I said I will carry in my lap. He said, don't worry, put it in the front. I said, how can you put it in the front? Anyway, he went and opened the bonnet and we put it there. That's when we realized it was a Tesla. Only an Elon Musk can think of a car without an engine. A Toyota, a BMW, a Mercedes-Benz can only think, how can I make an engine which is more efficient, more fuel efficient, faster, better. But they cannot think of a car without an engine. It has to come from outside the industry. So if you are from outside the industry, it is bliss. That means you don't have any rules to follow. So I was from outside the industry, so I did not have any rules to follow. So I created my own rules, and that's how the salon industry emerged. So if you don't have any skill of that particular industry, that means say thank you very much, you can disrupt the industry. People from in the industry can only make incremental increase. People from outside the industry alone can disrupt the industry. So there is no need to have a technical knowledge. People who know why will have people who know how working for them. You should only know why. If you answer the why, how will automatically show up? You will find I did not know. I only know that salon industry has a great potential. I did not know how to cut the hair then, now also. Okay, I hired somebody who was heading the Taj salon, and that's how the whole journey began. We don't have to know technical knowledge. It's the myth that you should know the technical knowledge. Third one is, where do you find the money? See, one of the important thing is the entrepreneurs feel that we should have money to start a business. That is a complete myth. Dhirubhai Ambani, one of the all-time favorite Indian entrepreneur, started his life as a petrol pump boy and finished as India's most admired private enterprise head. So it is not with money he has started. Actually, starting with the money was a burden. Many times when I started business with money, I failed. Whenever I don't have money, I used my brain. So I think having no money, having no experience, but you should have curiosity. You should have that enthusiasm. You should have that energy in you to find the difference. I think that is what that Ikigai book talks so beautifully about 4 things. He says what you love doing, what you are good at, what the world requires, and what you can make money out of it. The meeting point of all these 4 is called Ikigai, which is your passion, which is your purpose. If you can find that, then build your business around that, I think your life will become a bliss.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, would you like to add a few things?
What's the question?
What were your initial challenges?
Initial challenges, okay. My initial challenge was, if you ask me, when I came out of family business, I first wanted to start something outside. I don't want to do a shampoo. So only thing I knew is I was very fascinated by pets. Okay, I thought, why not a poultry? Poultry require a big space. I only had a small 1-room thing I could able to afford. So I said, okay, that's ruled out. So 1 week I was thinking through, I had only 15,000 in hand, but eventually said, okay, it's okay to copy family business. Okay, what's wrong in that? So that's why I have reconciled and went on to start Chick Shampoo. Chick Shampoo was named after my father, Chinni Krishnan, short form of that. That's how it came, and launched it. Initially, I started off as a copycat, exactly same colors, all these things, and nothing worked. One distributor came. He said, "Okay," he said, "This is not work. This is not going to work. So try to do something different." So his advice was very sound. He said, I praised it higher than our competition family brand Velvet, 20% more premium. He said, this is not going to work, so reduce it. I gave more ml, thinking that ladies are long tresses, they require instead of 2 sachets, 1 sachet will do. That's how I launched it. But it didn't work. So he quickly said, change fast. I thought through, I can't afford a mistake. It has to succeed. So quickly changed it to same 75 paise, same ml. I think went into as a commodity. It's not a me too. So that I think was the first starting point. I was thinking that the 5 variants of velvet used to be lemon, I used to call lime. There is a tonic doctor variant which is anti-dandruff, I used to call it tonic, like that. I thought this is an innovation. That's what my ignorance at that time. So I went on to explain to retailer, one retailer said, ரொம்ப very differentiated product, all these things. பாருங்க இப்படியெல்லாம் வந்து பேர் வச்சுருக்கோம், இதெல்லாம் தம்பி இதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. So this is only you are a pure copycat அப்படின்னார். So that's when I got the lesson first from a retailer, learned that just merely changing the kind of variant name or kind of this thing is not making it a difference. You need to be truly differentiated. So then went back to drawing board, said everybody was asking more margin in the trade. Because Velvet, first brand, it could command premium. So I have to say that, okay, fine. If I am not to give, I have to have a differentiation to talk. So that's when we introduced a imported perfume. So French perfume, we called it French perfume, launched it. Which because I was the formulator at Velvet at that time. So we were using about 500 rupees per kilo for perfume. Here it's 3,000 rupees. So the whole room will smell, the whole washroom will smell for 2 hours. That's the differentiation we could able to do. I think that helped us. That helped us to the next level. And we came out with innovative consumer offer to overcome our awareness deficiency. Quality was better. So that I think 5 sachet, empty sachet, if you give any sachet, you get Chick Shampoo, like that. That became very popular. Immediately next we came out with a new variety called Jasmine Rose, like that. We said we'll bring you this thing, Jasmine garden to your washroom. Bring you rose gardens to your washroom. Like that we advertised, no looking back. I think we were dwindling at 35,000 per month. It was, I couldn't even pay salary. That time I used to send one case to my field force and say, sell it and take this month's salary. This was going for 3 months. I said, okay, I knew that I'm going to collapse. That's the time we hatched this 5, this thing, give any 5 sachets and get 1 Chick Shampoo free. So I think that worked wonders for us. So at the end of 10th month, from a 35,000, we crossed 10 lakhs per sales per month. That never we looked back after that. And after that, the 10 lakhs, when we came out with the next innovation of Jasmine and Rose, it crossed 1 crore. So like that, every innovation differentiated compared to market, we went on to one step ahead. So that's what I would say, that we learned over a period of time from a copycat to completely making a difference. We bet Velvet after some time. 10 years it took for me, but in terms of market share, Velvet was at that time distributed by Godrej, but we took up more than that in terms of efforts, distribution, innovation. So I think that's one thing. Then we came out with the next product, Mira, like that. Today you might be knowing we have Kavin's milkshake to various products. I'm sure many of you would have tried Kavin's milkshake. All came from our this thing. But I believed in R&D, started a small R&D, one chemist, not even experienced anywhere else, just fresh from college. So only thing I spent every day about an hour and a half discussing how to improve formulation, what to do, what next. But I think over a period of time, today we have 150 scientists working in our R&D. and we file approximately one patent a month. So that's the kind of this thing we have. I think it's very good. We are able to take on multinationals where we started off. I think that's very important because we are fighting with Hindustan Unilever, P&G of the world, Nestle's of the world. To fight them, you require a very strong R&D. Otherwise, you can't fight. Just borrowing a formulation is not going to help. So that I think is we are very happy that we could able to build. Then it's a powerhouse. R&D is our powerhouse to continuously take on the competition. Thank you.
I mean, we could listen to you the whole day, sir. And you know what comes out is the humility in accepting that some mistakes were made. And, there's nothing wrong with those mistakes made as long as you learn from them is probably a strong message. But one thing has emerged as I keep talking to both of you is that you've all gone through lots of turmoil, lots of questions, existential questions, whether we are going to be there for the next day and so on. There must have been some guiding principles which kept you going, which kept you thinking that at the end of this, there is still hope. What were the guiding principles that kept you going on even when there was so much adversity against you coming in big form? What were the principles?
I think we have seen difficulties, challenges, problems, failures from my father's, I think from early childhood. If at all we have been exposed to so much of challenges and so much of everyday struggles. So it doesn't really affect us. So we all took the stride and started looking at it as a learning process and kept on moving. And I think that is something which is one of the things which I say everywhere is September 12th, 1979, my father died. Next day morning, my mother called all 6 of us and told that from today I'm going to be your father and mother. I was the youngest at 13 years and the eldest at 24, 4 siblings in between. I did not even get a grasp of what she is trying to say. All I could understand is family is in some kind of trouble. But for the next 35 years, she did exactly that, played the role of father and mother. As my brother told, that 2.5 lakhs, we are in a way asset rich, cash poor. We had all the reason, my mom had all the reason to cry, to blame the world, to blame the fate. She did not do any of these things. She took the world on her stride and took the, responsibility. And she ran a school, she ran a factory, she ran a tailoring, she ran a bakery, she danced, she sang, she lived a complete life. In front of us, we are seeing that. I think that gave us the courage. And then there is nothing which is, troublesome or nothing which is very, this thing for us. Any problem comes, okay, what my mom always used to say, whenever there is a problem, she will not brood over the problem. She will not talk about who did it, where it happened, how it happened. She will always say, what next? So we have to get into the solution mode. Are you problem conscious? Are you solution conscious? Are you a thermometer? Are you a doctor? Any thermometer can tell what is the temperature. It requires a doctor to prescribe the medicine. So are we problem conscious? Are we solution conscious? I think that is where check.
Please give him a hand, Mike.
That's the thing which has happened at that point of time, and that is what gave us the mindset. I think it's a mindset to look at the problem as an opportunity. My father looked at the breaking of that bottle, a problem as an opportunity, and he went on to pioneer the sachet revolution. My mom looked at the problem of my father's demise and the entire problem surrounding her as an opportunity to express herself. And that's what we say. Any problem means it's an opportunity. The glass is half empty or half full. Depends on how we are looking at it. Listening to my brother, you will all think that the way in which he is putting together in the early stage, I have been a part of that. I am also part of this. I can only tell 2 things. One is there is nothing in a caterpillar which even scientifically suggests that one day it is going to become a butterfly, but every caterpillar do become a butterfly. Whereas in human being, very seldom, very few people can only reach from where he is from to where he has reached at this point of time. I think that is what is called courage in action. That is what is called continuous improvement. That is, he has, after that, while he is not the schooling days, college days, etc., are very different. But after that, he has built his life completely on a different platform, which only made him to reach where he is. Today, he's a not many people can even think of. If you record it and you look back, I think he himself can't do it again. I think that is the thing. Many people we think like that, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The early phases are very difficult, and then it moves on to reach where he is at this point of time.
I think he has answered the question for you, sir. So I let it pass. I won't repeat the question to you. But the next question is specifically for you. I know you have come across great adversity and you have overcome it with great style. You are the proverbial David against Goliath, except that you had several Goliaths to fight against. How did you do this? I mean, what gave you the courage to do this? Take on something like a huge multinational organization and say, I will go against them and win. What gave you that courage?
I would say initially it was not that vision we started off. We started off survival. Let's be very clear. Okay. So we wanted to survive. After that, I think initial this thing, I said, okay, I will come close to my family business. When we came close, we said, okay, why not we overtake them? When we overtook, then we said, who is next? Then we look at all the multinationals in front of us. Okay, then let's do benchmark. The only thing that came to my mind at that time was, they are also human beings. Multinationals, they may be blessed with deep pockets, but I think they are also having 6 brains, we are also having 6 brains, six senses in our brain. I think therefore what we need to do is, it is important to look at that we can. It's a very important thing. It's not that we can't. So one of my executive during the journey, he was the marketing head, he said, I think it's difficult to fight the multinationals, they have deep pockets. Better you focus on packaging company. We had a packaging company at that time. So I was thinking through that, he is the head of marketing, but he is thinking that he can't fight. But how can he win the war with this kind of mindset? I said, this is not going to, I truly asked him the next day, do you really mean that we can't do that? I said, absolutely, I am very clear. He said, okay, time to part, thank you very much. I said, okay. So this is very important, because when you want to go to the war, everybody need to think that I can win. So we can win is a very important thing. So it's, if you lose that, oh, whether I will win or whether I will lose, if you start doubting yourself, you are destined to fail. And you will destined to run away. You saw the Bahubali movie? Of the way, all the soldiers will run away, turn kind of thing. It requires one leader to pull them back and say, come on. It's kind of this thing. We are going to die only once, but let's face courage and die. I think that makes all the difference. So I don't think we should go back. It's very, very important. So that kind of spirit is what makes one tick, is what I would say. It's very important. You should not, there is a never say die attitude. It's very important. Having said that, we learned quite a lot from Ghazini Muhammad, or so many people who failed and came back. Several attempts. Ghazini Muhammad is 17th attempt he won. But I think we should not, the problem in our society is failure is fatal. Failure is not fatal. Failure is a big stepping stone. You learn. I have 3 children. All of them I gave capital when they finished their college. I told them, I gave very limited capital. My philosophy is very simple, that they need to put more efforts to learn, not big capital. So I gave them, they will not be borrowing anywhere. No bank loan, nothing initially. Only 10 lakhs money. Whatever business you do, you try and this thing, but you have to succeed on your own. And that's eventually, first I told them, I wish you fail, because failure teaches them far more powerful lesson. My children, all the 3 is now telling me also, this is what you told, I wish you failed, that's how you started. But actually true to that, one guy managed to kind of this thing without failure come out. 2 of my daughters, they failed in 2 attempts, and the third one they came out kind of thing. All it requires is perseverance. I told them, okay, get up, get up. We are all, if you look at when we catch this thing, when we were growing up, we see some of the parents, oh, don't go in the road, the car will come, it will hit you. Like everything, risk covers is very, very difficult. You can't manage. You need to take some risks. So that's very important. So I think the mindset of winning is very important. And that has helped me to survive and keep moving. If you look at, I said, okay, I will not fail. I will not allow to fail. Therefore, I am ready to go to all the grind in terms of learning. I was not, this thing, English, I can't speak and all. I learned English the hard way in terms of reading every day, bought a dictionary, English to Tamil. So that kind of this thing. Then I understood what is the meaning of that. Wrote every day five this things, sentences with each word. I learned five words per day. 2 years, my vocabulary was very good. In terms of so many words I started learning. So suddenly what I said, when I can read a newspaper, I can understand the meaning very well. Before that, I can't even understand what is that kind of this thing. So, but I think all changed because I wanted to succeed in business. I realized that English is very important for communication. Otherwise, I can be a only Tamil Nadu success, if at all. So, therefore, this kind of, you have to prepare yourself for success. College doesn't teach you. College teaches you limited things. Fortunately, the exposure, what I saw is quite a lot of exposure they give. But the real life lessons, only one has to go through. And for that, whatever situation you are in, if you don't put efforts daily, I think it's not easy at all. So in my case, if you look at, I burnt midnight oil. I used to kind of this thing, do quite a lot of long hours. If you look at anybody who's wished to start business, easy life is 9 to 6 job, okay, or 9 to 5 job, whatever you say. Okay, a lot of companies give Saturdays on the holiday, so that's also Saturday, Sunday, 2 days holidays. So that way it's all a easy life kind of this thing. Job is also there, but if you are ready to go the grind in terms of thing, 18 hours plus, if you are ready to work, then you can make. 18 hours is that at least 4-5 hours you need to prepare yourself for to be better, go and play. You know that even a sports person, anybody, Tendulkar to anybody you name it, or a musician, do you think they just come and go and they may practice in this thing? They have to practice. Where is the practice for us? If you have to succeed, we need to prepare ourselves. And that's important. If you have to say that I want to succeed big time, success doesn't just like that come. Unless you prepare yourself for that. And that separately, if you don't invest in yourself, I think it's not possible. I did that. He also did that. That's the only thing. We all I can relate to. Otherwise, if you are not prepared ourselves, he is able to talk very well. How that he came? Extensively he used to read. And that's very important. That read, assimilation and practice. Yes, this is a good concept. And that's a very, very important step to success is my view. Even in career that's required. Otherwise, I will be at a lower level. I will only be a doer what is being told. The moment I start thinking, I can rise up to the next level. Thank you.
That's truly inspiring, sir. You know, we will take a small detour and ask about something very special. You know, they say there's always a woman behind every successful man. And the joke is that she keeps saying you're wrong. But on a serious note, please do tell us, we need to hear from both of you on the role of your spouses in shaping your career, in how you keep going forward. What is it? What role do they play?
Oh, this natural salon business is actually my wife Veena's business, which after that I joined and started building together. At that point of time, I was going through a devastating failure, so I can't take primary lead. That was one thing, and the one of the reason. And the second is, we were also wanting to have some small business in the beginning. We had 3 criteria to select for naturals at that point. One is it should be a multinational free competition. Because I was coming from a failure, I don't want a tough job, the business problem. Second one, I want a business which is scalable in phase 2, because I also wanted to join. Third one, I wanted a business that is small enough so that Veena can handle it. So these 3 things we were, and we did not have money. We did not have money means very good. As I told, if you don't have money, we'll use our brains. When I had money, I hired a market research agencies, gave them all the problem. They gave me a solution as I wanted. When I did not have money, so I started thinking. So very simple, pen and paper together, pros and cons. Put the plus and the minus, and we arrived at we had three choices. One is a preschool, another was a boutique, another was a salon. We put these three criteria and three things together, and we arrived at the salon as a option. In life, there is no right decision or wrong decision. First, you have to take that decision and make that decision right decision. Many a time, we all think what is the right decision, or we all want to start only when all the signals are green. We want to start our car. Then you will seldom start. You first have to take that decision. And that once you take that decision, go ahead and make that decision right decision. And that's how all the people who have made it have mainly made it like that. So there is no point in debating, is it people you can, in life you can discuss or you can decide. People who discuss don't decide, and people who decide don't discuss. So keep on, don't discuss, especially with people who are not, see, when you have a heart problem, we should consult with a cardiologist. We should not consult with a dentist just because he is also a doctor. Many a time when we have a business problem, we go and discuss with our family people. Already they are, what do you call, they don't know what is happening. Okay, I fondly call parents as well-meaning negative thinkers. So the biggest problem is only our parents. You go and tell them what to do and what not to do, and these people will really chew you. Because our parents don't want us to fail. Our parents don't want us to struggle. Our parents don't want us to be disappointed. In the eagerness to keep us away from failure, disappointment, and struggle, unknowingly, they also keep you away from success.
Very important point.
I think that is where the Indian psychology, that's where most of we all get stuck. So you should know when you are in problem, which problem, whom to ask. And that is where we got our things wrong. But if you have a supporting parent, if you are, today's society has changed. I am talking my learning as a little old school. But if you have a father, parents who are very supportive to you, then go and ask them. But if not, go and ask the relevant people, like you are consulting the doctor. So like that, if you are going, and that's where we are started with my wife Veena started this salon business, and then we started building on step by step. I think today there is no gender bias. I think the society is, girls and boys are far more ready. There is no need for women to think that they need to play. Earlier, they need to play a secondary role. See, in the class 10th, 9 out of 10 toppers are girls. When it comes to 12th, 8 out of 10 toppers are girls. When it comes to college, 7 out of 10 toppers are girls. After that, the life started changing. So they go for employment. Slowly but steadily, the girls feel that I can only take HR role, I can only take this, I can't travel much, I can't do sales, and they start taking secondary role. And they get married, make a couple of babies, and there is a theory called theory of missing women, and they get disappear. Between 30 and 50, women disappear from this world. Again, they re-emerge by 50, the world has changed. I think my advice to all the girls here, please don't allow this. You need to become financially independent, and you need to look at career is very important. And with the career only you should look at life. Don't think getting married is your end of your life. Getting married is only one milestone in your life. That's not your end of the life. After that, how you are going to conduct your life continuously. I think Anita Roddick, even the Indra Nooyi, Jistandrika, I think enough and more role models are there. Don't settle for less. Have a large, wild dream. Don't think you have to support your husband to be successful. You should follow your own dream. If possible, your husband should support you. You should start thinking like that, and that's when you can make a miracle. And today in technology world, everything is in favor of you. Except that whether you want to make it happen or not is the question. Don't say my society is not favoring, my government is not favoring, my astrology chart is not, nothing like that. The question to ask is, are you ready? I think I believe the coming decade is going to be the women's decade. and we'll see how it is going to unfold from now on. I think you all have a opportunity and a responsibility.
Quick response from you, sir, on your
Yeah,
spouse's
my
role.
spouse, I think she is a housewife. Um, she helped me in terms of giving me space to spend on business thing, focus on that. I requested my spouse and children in the very early this thing also. Till now, they practice that. Morning, I wake up at 5:30 and up to 8 o'clock, it's my time. I invest in myself. That's when I prepare, I practice what to kind of, it's not clearing mails and sending messages. Is that time is my thinking time. It's always said a person is a product of his or her own thinking. If you don't think, you will grow, you will not grow. So that's what I used to do for the last 35 years. I think no looking back. That's why I think I'm grown. If you ask me one single reason why I have grown, besides my own colleagues and the environment helping, I think that's very important. But that investing in myself, preparing myself for every day better and better, I think is very important. Because there is a law of lead. The more the capacity you develop, the more you will grow. If you don't develop your capacity, you will not grow. Every time one asks, why am I not growing in life? I think the very simple basic answer is you are not growing. When I capability wise, if you don't increase, you will never grow. You can blame the boss. My boss is not giving promotion. This is not happening. All these things. That's not true at all. I think it's at the end of the day, we need to look at what's wrong with me. What is that I need to do? So my spouse gave me an excellent those time, and good family. She took care of the family. I never used to bother about that. So I peacefully focus on my business.
Thank you, sir. This could go on, but we know there is a flight waiting out there. So a couple of questions from our students, and then we can close the thing. Please put up your hands if you have any questions.
I can go on
Yeah.
till 11 is okay.
Yeah. We leave that sometimes.
Hi sir, myself Varshan. So I have a question to CV Kumaravel sir.
CK.
CK Kumaravel sir. So this is regarding that like you have tweeted in the COVID time like government should refund that 50 crore GST thing. What is the story behind it and what happened after it? Can you please tell about that?
No, sometimes you need to get the people's attention. Many of the things what you do we know very well. We are only collecting the GST from the customer and we are only an agent. It's not ours. But if we have to I went from one IAS officer to another and said that I've been running the company. I was asking when is this going to open? Nobody was giving clear answer. I wanted to attract the government's attention, the decision makers' attention. So it was a ploy. So it is, if you ask me, it is wrong. Sometimes you need to do something wrong to attract attention. And that's what I have done. Nothing, no money came. Don't worry, nobody will give money. It's government's money. We are only agent. We need to get it and give it to the customer. So it's a kind of see, in a social media world, we can also leverage it. I have two words which is very close to my heart. It's called take advantage. If you can understand this word and how to take advantage of social media and get the people's attention, I think it is wonderful. I did exactly that. If you ask me right or wrong, it is wrong. Whether it has worked or not, it worked.
Thank you, sir, for being so brutally honest. Yes.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. So my question is to CK Ranganathan, sir. As many famous brands are there, shampoo brands, like how do you face your competitors like that? And I have a suggestion. Sorry, I don't have a suggestion. I have to tell something. As a middle class family, we all used to have a thought to spending on something. As that's a thanks for your father to creating a sachet revolution. So from my childhood, we used to have a sachet middle class family. Like, every product we get in a sachet. So thank you for that, sir. And I'm also from Kadlur.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
So what's your name?
Benisha, sir.
Very good. Best wishes. So we face, as I was telling, facing the competition, it's all in the mind, however mighty they are. so they are very big, all these things, it's our mind. If you start thinking they are very big, you need to find out the bigger they are, they will have some weakness. So what's the weakness in them is what we need to see. It is always said, if you do not differentiate, you die. There's a book called, the book written by Jack Trout, very good book on innovation. So if you differentiate, you can even beat a big giant, not a big deal at all. So that's very important. So how you need to identify. So what is that difference? What is their weakness? So if you are supposing you want to open a sweet stall, there's another sweet stall next by in the same street. Why would somebody come and buy from you? Is what you need to ask. Oh, I am also same product I have also same price. Everything is same. Why would somebody buy? So the only basic thing, everything will come back to facing a competition, winning over competition. That this thing is innovation and execution. You have to have great idea and execute it flawlessly. These are two important things. If you are confident, I can also come out with great idea, you can. If you think I can't, you can't. So I think you need to, that's what I said, you need to more think. What is the gap? Where is the gap? So that's what we have been doing all the time. How to beat this competition? How to beat Clinic Plus? How to beat Sunsilk? So that's what it is, kind of this thing. So we come out with the product. We said, okay, this is what it is. For example, I would say Mira herbal shampoo. So which we have been doing very well. But we said, okay, there is an anti-dandruff segment which we are ignoring. Head and Shoulders is one, which is a known, well-known anti-dandruff shampoo. We introduced anti-dandruff. We said, okay, how do we do that? Onion and fenugreek. We took that, we look at the literature, enough evidence to kind of this thing, give the power of dandruff clearance. So we launched a product. It started snowballing slowly. Today, if you look at, we are just 2% point away in market share against in the Head and Shoulders to beat them in South. So the Mira is currently available in South. We are just growing every year, every month. If you look at, it is growing by 20 to 25%. This is the last 3 years. It is growing at that pace. From nowhere, that particular product is over about 200 crores today. That particular segment alone, kind of this thing. So it's all we are. It is that's what we are looking at. For example, another one we looked at. Okay, there is a craze for shikakai. So we can introduce shikakai shampoo. We introduced Mira. It worked. In Andhra, when we go there it is kungudukai, the rita nuts, soap nut. So we said, okay, we'll introduce a rita nut shampoo, take the extracts and put it in the kind of thing, but give a kind of in a shampoo format, convenience, but best this thing active of the kungudukai also. Result is, that's a market leader there. So that's the way you start coming out with what is the difference, how you make is very, very important. So everything we do that, we work, I think I can tell you, 50% works, 50% fail. It's okay, next we'll throw it off and next, okay, we'll try the next one. But the same competition we tried earlier, 2 times Head and Shoulders, we failed, didn't work. But this time it worked, no looking back. So that's only this thing. I don't know how many of you are aware of Kartika shampoo. That's also our brand. That's one of the fastest growing shampoo in the market today. Mira and Kartika are India-wise the fastest growing shampoos. This is what in terms of percentage of growth. For last Mira is more than 3 years. This is last 1 year, 12 months as per Nielsen data I'm talking. So that's the way I think what is important, we identify gaps. What is that we need to do? So that's why we have market, our scientists go to the market and talk to customer and say what is their need, how do we give them? So we don't have a research agency, Kumar. So that's very important because we don't want to see the customer pulse through someone else. I go there directly, my team directly go and meet, and that's the way we learn. Therefore, our success rate is much higher. Whenever I go through somebody's, if I start seeing the world, oh, research agency has seen, they have done the research, okay, that's what it is. The failure rate was much higher. We tried that in the past. But we just, after that, having tried that, we said, now we'll do our own research, direct research. Very clear. Thank you.
I said what he was talking about is that the David and Goliath story, what has told. Everybody looked at Goliath and said he is too big to hit. And David looked at and said the same thing, he is too big to miss. I think both are mindset, both are viewpoints. I think you should start looking at competition like that. Where is the opportunity and how you can build? And when you said that middle class, and that's where you have started using sachet. Yes, it is earlier it was middle class, now it is a more a trial pack. And you should also come out of your middle class mindset. Middle class is also a mindset. I think you should come out of that and start looking at yourself as rich. And that's when you can grow by as yourself. One of the ways by which in Hindu mythology the Lord Mahavishnu is depicted. One, he will be flying in the Garuda, which is called the 30,000 feet view. Another is called, he will be sleeping in the snake. That's called ground reality. A leader has to seamlessly move from ground reality to 30,000 feet view and 30,000 feet view to ground reality. When he said he is going over to the market and asking the customer, that's called ground reality. When he comes to the office and discussing with the team, that's called 30,000 feet view. Both the leader has to do seamlessly, and only then he can take it to the greater heights.
One more thing I wanted to say. Many of you may be choosing career as an option. After that, look going into company. There also same differentiation works. Please understand. Anywhere in the world, the differentiation matters. There are 2 colleagues or 4 colleagues are there from MBA, and you are doing similar kind of jobs in 2 different this thing in an organization. If somebody is to be promoted, why should somebody look at you to promote? Just because you are very studious, whatever his boss is telling, that's just simply sticking to that. Very less likelihood. It's only because of the boss, if at all you get promoted. You need to say that what's the difference I make to ensure that my domain is much superior. Everybody can look at that. It's very important. So that way, if you don't do in your job, if you don't look at that, what will make me to stand out compared to the rest of the things? The possibilities of promotion is only, okay, 3-4 years in this person is, okay, we'll give some promotion. Like that it will come. So very, very clear standout examples if you look at, every 2 years or every year they get promoted. The furthermore they stand out, differentiated people, their career. I've studied so many CVs of people, and that gave me very clear this thing. It's this, the faster the promotion in the same organization, real level change. There is 2 kind of promotions. One is a cosmetic promotion. Say, okay, officer to senior officer doing the same job. This is cosmetic, just to satisfy you. Okay? But real level change is, earlier I used to manage 4 people, now I'm managing 10 people. It's a level change. Okay? So that's the kind of promotion one should look at as to how do I kind of thing. The other very important thing I learned, and I kind of this thing is over a period of looking at the CVs. Normally a person's salary multiplies by 6 times in about 25 years time. Your starting salary, for example, you join at 5 lakhs. So in about 25 years time, 30 lakhs seem to be a decent thing. Majority, 80% of the people falls into that. Then you look at that, few people, I have seen that because that's why I can talk with conviction, data and so on. So many CVs we scan. So the majority of this thing, then there is some people, they go from, instead of 15 times of multiplication, 6 times, they go to 20 times, 25 times. There are few people who have gone to 50 times, and very few have 100 times, and very, very chosen few beyond 10,000 times. Okay? Beyond 10,000 times. I have in my company people who have crossed 1,000 times, who have started with me, but stood high because of their hard work, not because they started with me, I'm giving. They can go to market, they can claim that kind of a thing. Okay, I was telling about, I started with one chemist. She is heading the shampoo, this thing, Lakshmi by name. And she has kind of this thing, her salary was at that time 500. Today it's about 70 lakhs. And she has got offers every time others, this thing, bidding about the kind of cover. Because of this, we can't take this thing. 90 lakhs, 85 lakhs, that kind of salary people are offering. She said, no, I have been grown by this company. I'm happy here. So that's important. The point what I'm telling is creating innovation, creating this thing in terms of patents. These are all our strength. So work on what's the differentiation I bring it to the table. It's very important. If you choose a career, don't just say, whatever is told I will sincerely exhibit, I will get promoted. I think you will be a me too. That's what is the 6 times growing salary people. The people who went out of the box, the more they went out, the more they differentiated, and I think they really scaled up in kind of even in career. You know Indra Nooyi's last salary drawn? She is not an entrepreneur. She makes much more profit than what as a company we do. Shashna's last salary down was something around 2000 crores. Okay? Per annum. 2000 crores. So a lot of people, even Sundar Pichai, if you look at this, all 1000, 1500, that kind of a growth. So it's not small. A salary also you can make, like companies even can't imagine that kind of a profit. But if you start differentiating starkly, don't be a me too. Don't stick to the path. Same thing. I given, I will sincerely do it. Not sufficient. So this is what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Actually, you've preempted me because I wanted you to give a message to many of these youngsters who are likely to become entrepreneurs too. And you've already answered that question. Thank you very much, sir.
Anywhere, whether it's a career or entrepreneurship,
Absolutely, sir.
I think differentiation is life is all about that. Differentiate and sincerely execute very well. It's very important. But amongst all, for the foundation for that is invest in yourself. Please think, please spend time for you to practice and prepare your competency, not during office hours. Don't wait for the company to train you, but you do it yourself. Those are the people who have grown.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
one of my favorite questions in interview is, how do they typically spend their weekdays and how they spend their weekends? I will see that somebody who has grown very well, they'll say how they are systematically investing in themselves, very clearly coming out. Those who have come normal level, this 15 times, 25 times and all, they say, okay, they have their native intelligence, they have grown. They say, morning I'll wake up, I'll do exercise, sip a coffee, I go there, then I'll pack up my this thing, I do work for up to 7 o'clock in the office, then come back, spend time with kids, family, go to bed by 10:30. This is typical. I ask them how are you spending the weekend? It's a similar kind of this thing. Asked him where, okay, fine, now I understand why you are at this level, why you have not grown fast, very clearly. Because you can compare. The biodata is a classic example of everybody. You know that why somebody has grown, why somebody has not grown. It tells a story. Without fail, I'll ask this question. How they spend their typical day, typical weekend?
I think the formal education will make you survive in life. Continuous education will make you a fortune. I think this is sum and substance of what he is trying to say. If you want to earn more, learn more. One of the book which is my favorite is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I think the title only says everything. Think and Grow Rich. Many people think college and school is where you come and study. I think it is a place where you come and meet people, you study, incidentally you also meet others, learn other skill, enjoy life. But after that, don't take life lightly. People who have succeeded in life have taken life seriously. I think that is where he is going to make a difference. If you look at his career, from where he was to where he is, I think the time investing, time developing himself at every point of time, I think that's the message for you. That is, if it is possible by him, it is possible by you. Actually, you are much ahead of him. I can tell you in so many words. You are all much ahead of his starting point and your starting point. You are much ahead. But
Provided you start.
Yeah, yeah. The question is, after that, how you are going to run the race? It is like Michael Schumacher having a pole position in race. It will not guarantee you success. After that, how are you going to run your race? So you seeing him, meeting him, from where he has started, all the struggles, all the challenges. But today, why is it a completely different person? I think that is where the message for you. Okay? If he can do it, you can do it. I think that's what you should take it as a takeaway. And then start dreaming big. Invest in you continuously. Learning every day. And then only miracles are possible. Miracles are not possible just like that. Everybody wants to be Bill Gates. Everybody wants to be Sundar Pichai. Everybody wants to be Indra Nooyi. Who doesn't want to be? Yeah, yeah. Yes, but the question is, the rubber meets the road only when we are making your intention and the daily activity aligned. I think that's when miracles are possible. And that's what his life, I have had a great opportunity to see it from close quarters. Whatever he had seen there before to where he is now. So I had been a big admirer and a big learning for me. I don't have to go outside and learn. For me, all the learnings are home only. So to that extent, I've been extremely fortunate, I should say.
I would recommend a book called Secrets of a Millionaire's Mind. Okay, Secret of a Millionaire Mind. Just look at that. It's available in Tamil, it's available in English. I think just start understanding what is being said, the principles. You start following. You want to be a millionaire, you want to be a billionaire, the secrets are there in the book. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Before we close, we would like to gratefully acknowledge our knowledge partner, Business Standard, and as a mark of our appreciation, I would like to thank Mr. Jairam for all his support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to take a picture with you. Come. No, a picture with her. Come here. Come.
All the best.
Will we take a picture?
ஓடி போனான் முதல்ல வந்து ஓடி அதே நான் வர முடியாது எனக்கு முடியாது கை கால் தான் வரும்
Sir, next time come again.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Wait for that.
Yeah, that is the story.
Can I put this on my videos?
We just finished the vote of thanks.
Firstly, I'd like to apologize for my introduction. On the behalf of MCC, Boyd Tandon School of Business, I extend my gratitude, thank Mr. C.K. Ranganathan and Mr. C.K. Kumaravel for the excellent session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.